gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready? It's Splyce versus Selfless, the final matchup of the evening, and it's on Cash. Once again, Mega Man and Holy Man, the two men bringing you the action. You ready for this final one, brother?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think that this map plays a lot more towards the style that Splyce likes to play, so hopefully we see a little bit of a better showing from them.
Absolutely. This is a match or a map that they've at least found a lot more success on in the past. Obviously, their Inferno felt a little lackluster, a little flat-footed, but Cash, this is a map that we've seen Splyce do some serious work on. And the thing about it, really, for me, is ever since they changed their roles around a little bit, it kind of makes things curious to me because Davey used to be just a boss entry fragger going on this map. Now he is the primary AWPer for Splyce. So it'll be interesting to see how that adaptation goes because I haven't really seen them play much Cash since they've swapped around the roles a little bit.
Yeah, this map is always tends to be a favorite of teams that play the more free-form, kind of aggressive style of Counter-Strike. If you look at Cloud9, this is always a fallback map for them. Like, they just love this map because it fits their style of how they like to play. They like to get Stewie and Freak out there and do some work, and it's the same. It goes for Splyce. They like this map as well because they like to be aggressive. They like to take over areas quickly, and I think it just fits their style. So it looks like they're going to be starting on the T side as well, so we'll get to see that right off the bat. Absolutely.
Hopefully they can kind of bring that aggression that they were showing on Inferno on the T side to Cash here, because this is one of those maps, you know, the smoke strat's over on A, the molly strat's over on B. This looks like it's going to be a pretty straightforward push towards mid to at least gather a little bit of information. They're going to boost up on top of red box and leave a player to spot some toes if they decide to push up towards the mid vents, but very passive setup here for the Selfless side. And we should... Well, they actually got a nice little boost over here. Relic's up on top of Uber at that B-bombs, or at that A-bomb site behind Quad. So a little bit of a change of the iteration as far as their setup is going to be concerned. But if that stack is spotted, they're going to know two players are going to be over there by Quad side. So should be interesting to see. Professor Chaos does have a nade kit to work with, 2 flashes and a smoke. And aside from that, pretty much standard across the board. 1 kit on the CTs, that's in the hands of Nifty. He's got 2 flashes to work with as well. And he's actually playing in mid. So a rotator, if he gets picked, should be able to pick that up.
Yeah, it would be really interesting to see if Splyce comes to A, because, like you said, this strat that we have Selfless doing right now, where Relics is on Uber's head, is, you know, if they walk out or peek, that's one thing, but if they rush you, now they know that 2 are quad, and it makes it a little bit more difficult, and it's actually going to be a strat out mid. So if they come highway, this could be interesting.
Yeah, well, the big thing about it right there is, oh, now they spot that stack, and that's just when you're turning the corner over by the headshot box there. That's something that you really don't want to see. Mainline 1 tap of Ruski looking for more. They're spamming out into the back of the bomb site. There is another CT that's back there. It's Mitch. He's completely flashed, but somehow gets himself out of dodge, and now Nifty on the rotate finds 1, finds 2, finds 3. There was a knife kill in there, but that's just insult to injury because it didn't really get him anywhere.
That's really too bad for Davey. He had 1 locked up in the site, but, you know, sometimes the Glock just doesn't work for you. Well, sometimes the Glock wins those eco rounds, and other times it just doesn't do anything. And he sprayed about 15 bullets into 1 guy, decided, all right, well, I'm just going to bunny hop over to rail and get a knife kill. So, unfortunately, that we didn't get to see what we wanted today. They tried to do a B strat, and it fell apart pretty quickly. Really nice shots by Selfless.
Yeah, Nifty came in huge. I think he got 4 on the round. And Team PP Bazan on the board. Main lines got that over by Checkers. Probably not going to get tested. Nade goes into A main, finds a little damage on Ari and Abe. Looks like it is going to be pretty much straightforward to execute. Relic's playing from behind here, up on top of the toxic barrels. Let's see if he decides to revamp his strategery over in this area. But for the time being, he's just going to hunker down, wait for the push to come around, and oh, they're going to run by. And he's going to find 3. Still looking for more. Spam the smoke. And he gets it. 4 kills for him, 1 for Nifty. So back-to-back 4Ks. 5 kills for Nifty so far in this matchup, and 4 now for Relics. 3 players got all the frags, all 10 frags for Team Selfless right now. Uber and Mitch are going, I want to play too.
It was a really good play by Relics, and that's the fear that you have to have as the terrorist coming out on the eco like that. If there's a smoke down in front, yeah, a lot of the times there's going to be someone at the toxic right there, and he wasn't on the barrels, so it made it a little bit harder to spam if you wanted to do that. He was just had his head turned for a pop flash. They come through the smoke, and he gets 3 quick kills. I don't think he meant to kill one of them; it just happened, and it just really well done by him.
This time around, it looks like it's going to be a pretty standard hit towards the B-bomb site again. Splyce going back to that pistol round kind of strat. Relix has got A main on lockdown right now, so that's really going to be, all right, there's nobody here, rotate over towards B, and now we might get to see the Bazan! There it is, the spray down. He's got 1,000 bullets. Can he get any more kills? That's going to be a second one. Looking for a third. Oh, he's just hold down mouse one, no big deal. Looking for a fourth. Oh, Arya trying to get fancy with the knife. Mainline picks up 4 kills. He wanted the ace, but he gets denied. So that's 4 kills in a row by 3 different players for Selfless to start off, and that one was the Bison spray down.
Yeah, and Mainline, he really took advantage of having that Bison. He was up to 8K at the beginning of this round, decided not to keep the Bison, as it probably wouldn't do any damage to anybody this round, but a Splyce, you know, if you're going to go through a smoke 1 round, and you decide to go through it again, you think that Selfless is prepared. They're ready for you to do that, and that had no chance of being successful. You saw what they did the first eco round. They did the same thing on the second eco round, threw a molly behind their smoke and had people looking at the smoke. So I'm not sure what that play was. I understand the pop flash through the smoke is the thing, but it wasn't on those 2 rounds.
Well, especially as effective as that position is that that main line was in. He's not going to get flashed from that area. The only way to really clear him out is to drop some nades or drop a Molotov over there to flush him out of that area, and obviously they don't have that kind of utility going into that save round, so not able to clear him out, and he's going to just mow him down with the PP.
60 bullets.
Yeah, dude.
The lawnmower's just on and going.
The weed whacker. I feel like that'd be more of a weed whacker than a lawnmower. But nevertheless, that is going to be 3-0. Very slow strat from Splyce. Davey just looking for that mid. Oh, and he's going to find it. The patience perseveres. They still don't know where he's at. That shot comes out raining over the top of Boost. He's just looking through that tiny little crack, but it's going to net him a kill to start the round off. So nicely done from him. His patience does manage to pay off, and they get at least an early pick on the Splyce side this round. I say early, but it happened at like 45 seconds left in the round. Now it's going to be Relix. Finds one. Not able to convert into the second one, but he does drop the bomb carrier, so they should know to rotate at this point. Flashbangs come out from heaven. I believe that's Uber that's playing up there. There is a teammate in the site. They haven't cleared the angles. Mitch is going to spray down one. Now Uber's going to pounce, and he's going to line up 2. Not able to find that second one, but again, Mitch is going to be able to do some damage, and it's all on Nifty, and he just comes around the corner spraying, and they lock it down. 2 kills for Nifty, and Relix, Uber, and Mitch all gather 1 themselves. So 4-0 Selfless again, and that's a reset.
Yeah, even though Splyce got the advantage in the round, they even had more of an advantage when Relix gets 1 kill with an ump, and then they trade him immediately. They're taking the site, but Selfless just does a really good job of retaking. They know Mitch is in the site by himself, and they just start throwing flashes for him, one after another. He gets an early kill, and then Nifty comes out on his flash. If you look at the Splyce players, they're just completely white. They're trying to get in the site, but they can't see anything, and they took advantage of it. Nifty took advantage of it at the end of the round to get those last 2 kills.
They're going to go for that same anti-eco that they had before. Mitch is going to be in the pit. He's flashed, though. Mainline's able to convert 1, looking for some more. They're going to wrap on the bomb site, pulls out the pistol, trying to line it up, finds a third. Nifty comes in to bail him out, and Jason R falls to Relix. So just like that, 3 kills for Mainline. He doesn't fall, and that's a 5-0 scoreline now for Selfless. They go for the same pop flash through the smoke. This time it's a little bit better as they find Mitch over in the pit, but he was just a little too exposed in that area.
Yeah, and look at the economy now building up on Selfless. You know, I think Nifty just had 12K, so he bought for someone, and they're looking really good right now. They're on a roll. Splyce is going to have to figure out something soon.
Yeah, otherwise they're going to have to take a pause and talk things over because this is a little bit sloppy from them to start this off. But again, they've only really had 1 full gun round to work with throughout this matchup so far. This is going to be the 2nd full gun round that they have. So, interesting to say the least. Looks like it's going to be a flash through the smoke. They've got a player up in vents that was mollied out, so that player is forced back. But he actually gets up on top of the scaffold out there, lines up a second one. Mitch not able to convert that, but oh, Arya getting cheeky through the smoke, finds the second one. Uber, oh, look at that, just finding some damage through there. As Uber is going to be down to 67 HP, decides to resign from his position, and rightfully so. It's down to a 3v3, and the CT forces are spread. 2 going to be over at A, 1 at B. Nifty with the op, that's probably the prime position for him to be in, is playing over here by headshot with the AWP or in that B bomb site. So we'll have to see how they adapt to this situation on the terrorist side as the bomb is down. Actually, over past boost. I don't know if they actually realize that the bomb has been dropped from the CT side.
So they're not actually covering it right now, which it could be covered because it's in the pipes right over the boost. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a free bomb pickup. But I think, you know, Splyce is in a good position. They've slowed it down, and Selfless had to spread out here. So they're working up highway and just leaving one in the site.
Yeah, and Mainline just spotted him trying to come up highway. He's going to throw out the pop flash. Those Molotovs aren't going to be on the mark. He's going to be able... Oh, Jesus Christ. Not able to get the third, but that was beautiful recoil control. And Professor Chaos 1 versus 2. Uber just needs to not peek over here by car side. They are going to be able to yield the plant, but at least at this point, both players from Selfless are going to be attacking from the same position. And if Professor Chaos can get into A main, well, he's not going to get there. He should get denied by Nifty, who does have the off-by truck. And there you go. Actually, Professor Chaos fighting his way out of this one right now, but he's going to expose a little bit. His shoulder gets peeked out there. Still looking for him. Watching him come up on the site. Nifty playing this one smart for the time being, but Professor Chaos also playing this very smart. He gets dinked down. He's on 16 HP. Finds himself over to quad, so nice movement from him so far in this round, but it's going to have to be a defuse, and he's going to have to take the peak. And he wins it. So 1v3, Professor Chaos comes out on top. Very unlikely round, but Splyce finally find themselves on the board.
Really well done by Professor Chaos there. He knew that he had to make a play, so he planted default, and he was actually able to get out of default. But there was no way he was ever going to go to A main because that would have put him in a position that he would not win that round by forcing himself to run out of A main and kill the bomb planner. So he took the fact that he got out of default spot and was able to get the front side of sight. He took that advantage by peeking and getting that early kill on the 2v1 situation. And then that just put Nifty in a bad spot when he has an op, and Professor Chaos just capitalized on it.
Yeah, and after the heroics from Mainline to be able to find those 2 back-to-back headshots coming up on highway side to at least slow them down for the time being and allow Uber and Nifty to rotate over, but this time around, a little bit quicker, coming out through mid. They've got the smokes out. Nifty's going to get caught. He goes down. No return. Abe's going to be able to find that opening pick. The molly comes out. They don't realize that there's 3 here, but Abe clearing his angles. Mitch gets mollied out of the site, and it's an open B bomb site now. Even Relic's not going to be able to connect that frag onto, I believe that was Abe that was pushing across, but a big opening here for the side of Splyce. And they might try to run away with a little bit of momentum, but at this point, it looks like it's probably going to be a save call unless Mainline can find somebody on a lurk, but Relics is already hightailing it to A, so this will be a second round for Splyce.
Yeah, Relics decided pretty early in that round that was going to be a save. As soon as they crossed into the site and he wasn't able to get a kill, they smoked it off. They're not in a situation to win that round anymore. You have to get that pick into the site. And, you know, you have 3 guys on Splyce that are pretty low, but they don't know that. And that execute was actually really nice. They had 2 people throw some good mollies into the site, which put, I believe it was Uber in a really bad spot. Mitch. Okay, Mitch was in a really bad spot. And they were able to kill the guy that was hiding in the corner quickly coming out of checkers. So, yeah, it's just really well done. A nice execute from mid to Vince.
I like that spot Mainline's in terrorist spawn. Because of the way that the graphic of the fence is, they can't really see him behind there. So he got a kill for free coming out of that into that round. So any economic damage is good economic damage at this point. I try to keep the money low on Splyce, nice. So a round reset could be very, very detrimental to them moving forward. But again, they get 2 in a row. Still looking for some more. That round came down to 3 alive, I believe, here for the terrorist side. 2 alive for the CTs. They're going to force behind this, too. Nifty doesn't have the AWP, but he does have a Deagle, which is like a pocket AWP. So we'll see if he's going to be able to lock anything down with that.
Yeah, this will be a really big round for Splyce here. They're not on the best money. They need to get this round to put Selfless on a save.
Yeah, I mean, a big trade of rounds could come out of this. They could get to a 5-4 scoreline, which is going to be much more manageable going into the later part of this first half. So see if they're able to do that. Nice mollies being thrown. They spot out 1. Relics is going to feel really awkward up here on this boost, and he's actually going to get caught out by Jason Arm. And now it's going to be Nifty. Oh, he's going to catch the backside. Gets 1, looking for a second. Gets him as well. He's got 1 more in the site to deal with. He's not going to be able to convert that one, but Mitch is going to be there in mid. to find that frag. He does get legged for his troubles, but mainline is already up to sight. Spots Davey out, knows that that flash came from quad, but nice re-peek from Davey is going to net them another kill, and this is going to be very difficult for Mitch to convert. If Davey keeps peeking, though, he might hand it to him. That nade by Davey. And now it's Professor Chaos in a very familiar position, playing over here by back quad. Shadow gets peeked, but he's going to take the full force of that one. And there's the hard reset. Selfless is going to have to save for the first time in the half, and we should see Splyce get to a 5-4 scoreline.
That was a really, really well designed strat by Splyce. They threw some smokes that I've seen before that actually block off E-box and block off truck and creates a wall towards CD spawn at truck. Not many teams are running that strat. The only reason that Selfless was even in that round was because of Nifty. He pushed through the smoke and got 2 kills. Arya gets a nice 3K there.
Yeah, just kind of a throwaway round here for the CTs. Push mid, try to take some guns away. They only managed to drop 1 player, and Arya gets 3 kills out of it anyway, so not too bad from the Splyce side. A little life coming back into him. It's really on the back of Professor Chaos, who's doubled up on frags to the next player, Arya, who only reason he's got 5 kills is from that 3K spray down in mid-main last round. So 10-5 for Professor Chaos. He's had a couple of nice little clutch rounds that he's been able to put on the board for Splyce. But again, the economy for the terrorist side of Splyce is not good. They'll have another good full buy after this one if they lose. But again, if they trade 2 rounds out, they're going to be in jeopardy of having to save again.
Yeah, but this is what you wanted to see. They're building momentum. I think that they're starting to get into flow of things. They're actually executing the strats how they want to. I'm fall back to that last strat. It was really nice. They smoked off Z. They smoked off truck, and they had a really good execute up highway. It was only as close as it was because Nifty hit some amazing shots in that round. So they're going to slow it down a little bit. It looks like they want to come to A from the looks of it, or just maybe fall back into a default and figure out where they want to go.
Nifty is super exposed in this position out here on A. He's on top of red box with an AWP. Should be able to get a pick and fall off if he's able to hit the shot. If they jump peek that corner or throw a pop flash out, that could kind of throw a wrench in the plan. But Uber going to find one in mid. Mainline over at B is able to find one as well. They have a nice little crossfire actually in mid, and they find both of those players. The last 3 are all going to be outside of A, with the exception of Abe, who might walk peek this smoke. Could catch Uber off guard, but still, no map control here for Splyce. They've been going out mid a lot in the last couple of rounds, and this time it gets met by the aggression from Uber and company. So, 2 over boost. Uber looking for the kill. Able to line up 1. Tech 9, or pardon me, P250 comes into play, and they actually do manage to take him down, but it is a 2v4. Nifty watching highway over here from the back of this red box in A. Mitch popping a couple of shots, but it's going to be a push in towards B, and mainline is ready. Finds the 3K on the round, and he's at 14-5. He's having himself a hell of a match to start this one off. He had a very solid match on Inferno as well, so.
Yeah, mainline is looking great. I'm not exactly sure what the idea of that strat was. They had 2 people that came through smokes in mid, and they really weren't like set up, but the other 3 terrorists weren't set up to do anything else except help them get out mid. Well, there was a smoke down, and you know, you should just cancel that strat. If you know there's a smoke down, they've been playing a heavy aggressive mid almost every single round for Selfless. They love playing 3 in mid or taking control of every round. You know they're going to be playing close mid. You run through that smoke, it's just the easy cleanup.
Already this round, Arya is going to be down and out. Uber able to capitalize on that. He's going to be playing up in the vents for the rest of this round. Abe, nice shot from Squeaky, but Nifty's there for the trade, so it stays in the advantage of Selfless. 2 for 1 to start off the round. Jason R in A main. Davey all the way back here outside of A main, working over towards the outside of Squeaky's side, looking like he wants to throw a smoke in towards the A bomb site and maybe try to pull a little bit of a rotation off at this point. But again, Mitch was aggressive in mid. Uber is still watching from the vents, so they've got pretty much all of the avenues of attack covered right now. But it does look like they are going to bombard into that A bomb site with a couple of flashes. Professor Chaos getting over by the squeaky door and maybe try to go for an execute in here. But Nifty, he's another player that's really been on point tonight. He had big rounds early on in this matchup. He's had some big rounds on Inferno, and again, he's going to be peeking out. Misses the shot to start off. He's going to get the return peek. Looking for a second one. It's Jason RNA main. There's another one over there, not able to hit the flick, but he's got backup in the form of Mitch. He's able to drop the bomb carrier. 30 seconds left on the clock, but he's going to escape through a smoke. I already think this one a little bit, let his teammates rotate on in, and this should be an easy cleanup for Selfless. And they know exactly where Jason R is. Nice shot, though. Takes Relics down. He's got one by the truck wall. They line up. Almost gets it done. Mitch, though, going to be able to save the round. And with those 2 rounds and the lack of bomb plants, that will be Splyce getting put onto a save.
Yeah, I mean, that's Mitch at 19 HP at the end of that round. And they, you know, I don't think Mitch knew that he lined up in front of his own teammate, but that was a really close round. Nice shot from Jason R from front of sight to highway down into Z, and like just a quick headshot. And he knew he had to make a play. At 10 seconds left, he's not going to plant the bomb and get away with it. So he just went for the kills. I don't disagree with that at all, and actually almost won the round. Nifty got that early pick, but he just kind of reposted and let, you know, he tried to get that flick into A main, but wasn't able to hit the shot, and it was an easy kill for him. I like how Mitch played it. Mitch got the trade kill and then fell back into the site, let his teammates rotate, and put himself in a better position. It was just Jason R's play that actually made it a lot closer.
Yeah, and that was a really, really good play from Jason R. And like you said, I mean, I didn't really agree with Nifty's decision to take a repeat there in that kind of job. But here you go, the aggression coming towards B. And Mitch going to get an opportunity to spray down, but they're coming at all angles. He's only going to be able to pick up 2, and then the Glock of Davey is going to be able to finish him off. One down in pit, that was Jason R, but he gets eliminated very, very quickly. Davey's able to at least return onto Nifty, so they're taking a couple of guns away in this situation, but Mainline still in the site. Takes a peek, knows that he's there. Now Uber's going to come out from vents. Davey's going to capitalize. They're handing him these 1v1s. This is not the way to play Team CS right here. Allowing Davey to capitalize on a couple of mistakes. He's got the bomb, and he knows both are over here at B, so he's going to hightail it back over towards A, and there's no rotation coming out from Selfless. So Davey's actually going to put himself into a great position to be able to win this round.
Yeah, this is really smart by Davey, and I don't have any problem with Uber dropping out of it, but you need to let your teammates know, right? If you're going to do that, there should be some type of trade that happens. He just falls out of vent, gives Davey the 1v1. Davey didn't even get touched by it and was able to run with the bomb all the way back to A and get a free plant. Now, he's at quad, not the greatest of positioning, but he didn't know where Selfless was coming from, so
that
Molly's not going to get him.
No, it's not, and that's going to be crucial into this round because they might not even check quad. They might not even look for quad because of the way that bomb is planted and the way that Davey is playing this right now is super smart. But Relics does manage to find him. That's a little unfortunate. I would have loved to see Davey get the ace clutch on an eco round. That would have been absolutely nuts. He played that perfectly. He really did. That's just unfortunate.
I think he played that really nicely, and he put himself in a situation that he could win the round. It's kind of just the timing of it that he heard the guy run into the site but thought it was behind him at quad, so he turned his back. Davey turns his back for a split second, and that's the same second that Relics actually looks from truck back to quad and gets the quick kill on him. So really, really nicely played by Davey. Another close round.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate. I would have loved to see that. That would have been a highlight reel ace right there for you guys, but unfortunately, ends up not working out. I am a little sad by that, guys. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. But nevertheless, it is going to be another full gun round here from Splyce. It is 8-4. There's still time to salvage this half and make it close. And the big thing is, you know, there's still the opportunity for the 8-7 half. Splyce can keep themselves in this one, but now they've kind of telegraphed this A play, and they're going to have a wall of smokes up. They're going to have to push in. Relics over at quad. Flashbangs go out. Uber does fall, but Mainline's over here. That smoke finally starts to fade. Mainline is still over here by quad wall. They know that he's here. Nifty, look at this. Fast play coming around. Oh, never mind. I thought that was going to be a great play. Aria was so ready for that.
He wasn't looking at it. It was just a great flick to his head. It was just really nice. And I was actually surprised that executed. They do a full execute to A. They smoke off everything. They even smoke off the front of the highway side bomb plant spot. And as they're coming into A main, I'm thinking, oh, they should probably just molly. They need to molly into the site. They need to molly quad, and they weren't doing it. And I didn't know why. Well, that was because that wasn't how, the strat wasn't to take the site into the site. It was actually just to take highway control, plant the bomb in the smoke, and then you can use your mollies later to just molly off the bomb. And it was really well executed because it confused Selfless to the point where you just have a guy that's just kind of looking around at quad. He doesn't know what to do. He's just watching a smoke that no one's going to come through. Someone eventually comes through it really late, catches him off guard. I like that strat a lot. It was really well executed. It caught Selfless off guard.
So this is a reset for Selfless. They're going to be back on pistols, and this is where it kind of gets a little bit scary, is because now Splyce, they've got the breathing room. They can, you know, sigh collectively here on their T side that they've gotten to 5 rounds. They've got an opportunity to pick up 6, even in a great position with the momentum that they've started to build up here, with getting some rounds on the board, to make it an 8-7 half. And that would be an absolutely huge return from the way that this match originally looked like it was going. And they're going to get a free B bomb site. Stack is over at A on the CT side. So they're going to be posted up, set up, and there's going to be no chance for Selfless to win this one as that bomb gets planted. The rotation is on, but at this point, maybe just look for some exit kills. Try to grab a gun and carry it into the final round. You know, get your favorite gun, get an AK out of their hands or an AWP or something like that. Jason R playing on the fence, though. Abe does find one. That's the flank. Mainline goes down as well. He's not actually even able to connect a shot. The aim punch too strong. Uber, Mitch, and Nifty all holding outside of B main from CT Spawn's side, looking for anybody that's walking out of the site. Arya actually gets dinked. He will go down. And now if they can, hold him to the site for the bomb to explode, but unfortunately, Jason R has other plans. Picks up the final 2. 8-6 now. Still Selfless in the lead. They've won the half at least, but Splyce in a position to make this a very close half going into the second side of this.
That was actually a really important round for Selfless, even though they had no guns, no nothing. They needed to take some guns. Look at the utility they have right now. They have a bunch of FAMASs. They don't have good utility. And if they were able to take a few guns away and just get exits, that would have changed the dynamic of this round. But because of what happened, they basically got cleaned out and they didn't get a gun. They're just on really bad rifles right now. We got a lot more aggression out of Splyce here, just taking it towards B.
Yeah, and they've opened up this bomb site. They've gotten a 2-for-2 trade to start this off. Abe is very, very low, and Mainline's still in the site. He's going to take a peek, knows that Ari is there, has to take the battle. He's burning. Going to have to get out of that, and he's actually staying alive. Gets a dink out on Davey, too, but Abe comes back with back-to-back frags. It's going to be Relics on this flank. I think they've heard him. Looks like Abe is positioned in such a way that they're going to be looking for this, and Davey actually just grabs the bomb and goes to A. Why the hell not? That's the right call. And Relic's actually reading the play properly, knows that there's going to be one still over here at B. He's going to back off, try to find his way all the way back over towards A. And if he can isolate a 1v1 with Davey or Abe as Abe rotates, oh no.
This is actually...
B.
Oh yeah, he heard the flash, I think, from Abe, and it made him think that it was possibly a B. But this is kind of awkward positioning for Splyce because they can be put in 2 1v1s, but Relics doesn't know that Abe's behind him, so this round's pretty tough.
Yeah, but he gets out around the corner. Abe's still over here by the connector in Z Hall. But with that bomb plan, he's got to know. Finds the first one, but he's not ready for Davey. It's a beautiful crossfire that they have. An 8-7 Selfless. They had such a strong start to this matchup. They were up 5-1. But it ends up being an 8-7 half. So nice recovery from Splyce going into the latter part of that half. And they make it close. So this pistol round, it's not the most important pistol that we've seen in a lot of the matches that we've casted tonight. But still, momentum side could get swung depending on who picks up this pistol round.
I think Splyce feels like they're in a really good position. They started off the half really poorly. They lost the pistol. They lost a bunch of rounds. They couldn't figure out what was going on, and they slowed it down a little bit. Some of the executes were, stopped pretty quickly by Selfless with the run through the smokes and mid and stuff, but they were patient about it, and they able to pull out 7 rounds in a half that was kind of spiraling out of control early on is pretty impressive. And I think the other thing about Cash that you have to kind of fall back on, and the reason that Cloud9 likes it, the reason that Splyce likes it, is because you can also be so aggressive on CT side. You can get a lot of information pushing door, pushing A main, pushing B, even pushing mid or doing boosters. There's just a lot of different things you can do, and that plays into the style that Splyce loves. That's what they want. So this pistol round is very important. They're going to want to keep the momentum going into the next half. And if they do, it could really change how this game is going. After that Inferno match where it just felt like Selfless was in complete control, this one's a lot more balanced. Splyce has been able to do some of the strats they've executed have been really actually flawless. There's just been a couple of players that have made plays that made it a lot closer than it should be, and you just clean that up when you look at the demo. But I like what I see out of Splyce right now.
Yeah, and again, I mean, the poise that they had in that second half to at least make it close was really, really nice. They didn't get down. It didn't seem like they were ever really out of it. And they have a nice recovery. It comes on the back of some clutch play, but they do recover. I mean, the Professor Chaos, the 2 1v1s that he ends up winning, the almost ace save clutch from Davey, that would have been, I mean, we could have seen maybe a 9-6 or even a 10-5 for Splyce if he would have gotten that, because that would have just wrecked the economy for
Jason R had a 3v1 that he almost won as well. You know, that there's just so many rounds that could have gone either way. That's what I'm saying. It's not like they didn't play. There was some rounds that it could be questionable, a little ugly, but they had some really good rounds that on their executes. I love the highway strat where you completely smoke off truck side. I just think that's a great strat. And then, you know, the rounds that they were able to pull out, just you had some clutch play from some of their players and just hitting really good shots. So honestly, Selfless had to fall on the individual play of a lot of players on certain rounds to actually keep those rounds as close as they were.
Exactly. So, slight delay going out right now, guys. We should be getting this live and underway here very shortly for you into the second half. This is our final matchup of the evening. Now, bear in mind, guys, as we do go live on 3, that tomorrow is another day full of Counter-Strike. The European division starts at their normal time, I believe, or maybe 2 hours beforehand, because it's another 6-hour EU broadcast, 6-hour NA broadcast tomorrow. We're going to be starting on the NA side at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and going all the way until midnight. So make sure that you guys are around for that. I'll be back around tomorrow night as well for that. So make sure that you guys check that out. And while you've got a minute here, make sure to follow Holy Man on Twitter at HolymanCS, as he has been doing a beautiful job helping us out here tonight. But back into the action we go. Davey gets a 1-for-1 trade. Relics comes back in as well as Uber. But look at this. The CT presence on this bomb site is got him in a bit of a stranglehold. Professor Chaos in the back of the site, finally going to be dealt with. He does manage to pick off one, but falls in the long run. But they bought Molotovs into this pistol round. They're going to be able to burn Relics out of place. He does survive with 16 HP, but he's got to be careful. Abe coming around the corner. Uber! Oh, no, he misses the shot on Abe and kills Relics? What? Down to just a 1v1. The bomb is planted for main line. Arya knows exactly where he is. He's going to have to play a little bait and switch. He does have a kit, so he's just going to go on the chase here. And this is the right play, but unfortunately, mainline is going to be able to execute him. That got dicey for a second.
Yeah, that got out of control with that headshot from Uber on Relics, and it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, he was trying to help his teammate, and it just happened to be that Relics runs in front of it and gets headshot. But Mainline made the right play. Arya made the right play. He had a kit, but he knew that Mainline wasn't going to be that aggressive on the peak. So you need to get up in front of into his face really quickly. He tried to get a quick headshot on him, but Mainline quick peek got the kill.
And now it's just going to be a bombardment into this V-bomb site. Mainline, Uber going to work. Davies going to be able to return a frag at least, but it's going to be Uber with the MAC-10, finds a second one of the round. And the MAC-10s are doing their jobs. They're shredding the CTs. They're getting that ching in the pocket of the Selfless Gaming side. They do swap out for the UMP, but that's still a cash cow for them. And it's going to be Abe and Arya, the last two alive, looking for some exit frags. So this round is pretty much done. And this is something that we see Selfless do a lot, is they go for the real heavy SMG buys so they can
look at Relics right
take
now.
Those fast strats.
Arya's about to get... Oh! He turned around and for the last
Relics
second.
Probably had a mini heart attack on that.
I think he was looking for the knife, to be honest.
Abe? Are you okay, Abe? There you go. All right, he's doing okay now. Relics finally does finish him off. A lot of damage being dealt there at the end, but they only lose 2 SMGs in the long run, so not
that's quick 2 rounds to be. Like they did a full-on they just like their Inferno, full-on rush to B on their pistol round, and on their eco they just do a full-on rush to B as well. There's just no information that was gathered, and fortunately, Splyce played more of a spread-out style on the first eco. So yeah, we'll see what they do on this. It looks like it's going to be quick towards A main or mid. No, A main.
Arya's got a flash. Davies just geared up and ready for it. Actually spots a body. Might call for the flash from Arya. He does look like he's going to line it up. Jason R does manage to find one over at B. I believe that was Relics that actually went down. Mainline stuck in A main. Finally gets his sight back. Takes down Davey. Abe is going to be there as well, but he's going to fall to the MAC-10. Trying to get that USP frag. Professor Chaos not able to line that up. And now they've got site control 2v4. Nifty with the scout lighting up Jason R. And the last one's going to be taken down by mainline UMP to the face. 4 rounds, the difference, but now we're into the gun. Now we're into the meat and potatoes of the half.
Yeah, this is going to be a really important round for Splyce because they don't want to get reset at this point. They don't want to give Selfless their 12th and then possibly a 13th round and give them momentum back. But you see Selfless, they're keeping two SMGs, that were just the bane on those ecos, where you had mainline Relics and Uber just jumping around like idiots and getting kills, and it's just so hard to deal with. And that's something that they're going to do here again.
Fast strat towards A, though. Abe's going to be able to light up 2 of them. Almost gets the kill on Arya, but Davey exposed. Mitch comes out squeaky, wrecks him, takes him down, and it's a 2v3. Looking for that scout shot note. Intelligently smokes off the flank, but it doesn't really matter. They're both going to be coming around. Nice shot from Nifty, but instantly traded. It's a 1v1. Mitch versus Professor Chaos. PC had a couple of really nice 1v1 clutches in the first half. He's just going to bide his time. Throws out the pop flash, waiting for Mitch to overextend. And he does, but
their hand. They pushed into A main on that first gun round, and because of the trades that Selfless was able to get, they just decided to take the site. They got 3 quick kills at A. So I know that that's the style that Splyce wants to play, but at the same time, you're risking a lot by pushing into A main and not getting the kills, not getting those, catching them off guard, because Selfless wasn't caught off guard at all. They were just sitting in the right spots to get the trade kills and then took the site. It was a lot closer than it should have been, but at the same time, I think it's playing right into Selfless's hands.
Absolutely. I mean, people are going to make mistakes. That was one of the main reasons that round got as close as it was, but 6 the difference. Baby with the op finds 1, but Abe is going to get dropped over there by Catbox. He's going to go down immediately afterwards. Uber finds that kill, and Uber is actually up in the vents right now, so he's got a little bit of mid control and still looking for this. But Arya quickly through mid, going to be able to find that flank kill, and now the terrorists are kind of in a little bit of a pickle. They find all 3 of themselves located outside of B main. Arya's got the mid hold down right now. He's actually going to back off and go back towards A in case they decide to vacate with that bomb to try to find another avenue of attack on the Selfless side. But Selfless slowing it down nicely, and that actually favors them a little bit more because that's going to split the defenses now. You can see Arya's backed off to Catbox. They've got Davey over here by A main, and Jason R and Professor Chaos are going to be holding the backside of this B bomb site. So they've got opportunities now to be able to work something. And it's really going to be on this peak from Arya in mid. Spots out Mitch. The nade rains in. Molly comes out. That's actually a really nice Molly that cuts the rotation. He's not going to be able to push into the vents to be able to help his teammates over from the checker avenue. So it's going to be whether or not they can get these picks on their own into the back of that bomb site. And right now, it's not happening. Mainline goes down to Jason R. Professor Chaos spraying and praying right now, but his teammate a little bit late, and they're going to capitalize. So that one Molotov separated Mitch long enough that he wasn't able to be effective on the take into B. That was a huge nade thrown by Arya.
Yeah, that was a really good round. They actually kept their patience too. They just played 2 in B. They played more of a retake style at A to get the information at A because they had someone set up to C into A main, and then they had 1 in mid and 2 playing in B. Really smart by them. Nice crossfire, and they got the round.
Yeah, just spotting for the peaks. Nifty though on the op finds 1. Dave, his op of his own, is going to find Mitch. Now Nifty's got to be careful because there is Jason R in the vents, and Professor Chaos pushed up close mid. He hears the snipe, he hears the scope, but somehow Nifty gets himself out of there. All that Professor Chaos could actually see was the top of his head, not able to land the shot. And now Arya at B. It's a double up setup here for the CT side, but it's really going to be on how Jason R holds this push that's going to come in towards B. Breaks the vent, sprays down 1, actually gets lit to 15 from the AWP of Nifty, and now they've only got to contend with Arya in the back of the site, who takes the fight to Nifty, and Nifty's going to capitalize. Takes him down. They spot 1 up here in heaven. It's going to be Professor Chaos trying to take a 1-for-1 duel with Relics, but he's going to yield that one for the time being. Now, Davey, this is kind of fun. Lobs the Molly in. while they're trying to plant. It's not going to be too terribly effective, but the flashbang comes out. They're going to be able to catch out Nifty. In the meantime, Professor Chaos goes down the main line. But the big thing is now they've got CT control. They've got mainline over here, and they intelligently smoke it, but mainline hits a ripper through the smoke, and it's down to Jason R 1v2.
That's really unfortunate. That smoke lands. Davey wants to come out and peek off of it, and mainline just
timing, bro,
just rips him right through the smoke. And the kind of, I really thought Splyce was gonna had a little bit of a good advantage of that round. They smoked off mainline. He wasn't in the spot to really help his teammate, but he just took advantage of it, started spraying, and you know, he's 27-11. He's playing lights out right now, and I think
I didn't even realize he had that many kills so far. That's ridiculous. He is doing work for Selfless.
When you're having that type of night, you know, it just kind of, the chips just fall in your favor sometimes.
Absolutely. Arya's going to get aggressive on this mid-smoke. It is a force up here from the CT side of Splyce. 3 pistols and 2 rifles to work with. And now Arya, changing up his position, is going to play cheeky up on top of the scaffolding here in mid. Molotov comes out to flush a player back, but there's nobody that's going to actually be playing under reverse boost, so it's not going to be too big of a deal. But a lot of pressure is going to get put on Arya here soon, and he actually goes into that under boost spot. He finds a second, and he's got a teammate with him too. Abe pushing A main finds one, and Splyce with the force up. They come out huge in this round.
That was a huge round by Arya. He pushed up mid, pushed through the smoke in mid to get that early pick, falls out, and then he plays under boost. And he makes himself, I think that they wanted to take advantage that he only had a pistol. So they boost up, they try to kill him, but he's just a hard target down there with the 5.7 just moving back and forth. And Jason's playing from Vince. So he's got some additional help there. And because of that, they were able to clean it up really quickly.
Well, you were a 1.6 player back in the day. You know as well as anybody else how difficult it is to shoot straight down in CS.
Yeah. Yeah, you're usually not at the advantage. You can't see much, and especially now when you have a 5.7 and he's just moving back and forth nonstop. It's just a difficult shot.
Good Molly's getting thrown into checkers, but that's not going to clear Jason R out. So he's still going to be back here. Smoke comes out and actually cordons that area off, so they're going to be able to take some gunfights here, but Davey going to capitalize on the main line. Molly comes out behind that as well. Jason R still in checkers, which tries to get cheeky on a smoke, and he gets punished for it. So Splyce firing back now. Able to find 2 kills to open up this round. It's a 3v5. Relic's trying to make something happen maybe over towards the A side of things, but he's only got a Tech 9 to work with. It's going to be this AWP and AK coming out through mid that's going to have to do the damage. Very slow play, and they got spotted too. Davey, ooh. I think that was like a goosh on Uber, but it only did 4 damage. Because CSGO.
I think he got him through the wall as he was backing up, so just barely. It gooshed him, but it was through the wall, so it didn't do nearly the damage.
No.
And they're playing a full retake at A right now, so if they can get up highway and get this bomb down, that would be pretty big.
This Molly. Oh, NA Molly. Abe throws the most NA Molly I've ever seen. Look at this. Nifty gonna aggress. Why the hell not? He ends up losing his life for it, but he finds the pick on the Abe. That was fun. But now it's going to be a 2v4, so he kind of hinders his team. He gets that pick, yeah, but now his team is at a deficit in numbers. They're down to a 2v4. Both players are kind of over here stuck by quad, and now Relix is alone with a Tech 9. Not a lot he should be able to do in this situation. He's got Arya pressing in. Davey very low on HP, but he gets a dink out. Now he's going to have to push around, and Arya is not going to let that happen. Almost was able to isolate the 1v1s, but Splyce lived to fight another day.
Yeah, I kind of really like that play out of Nifty. They were in a position that they didn't have the advantage. He wanted to make a play. Yeah, he has an off, but it was actually really close to being a double. And if he hits that double, that's pretty big. So I liked it. I liked the aggression. They're up some rounds. It did give them the off, but they were going to get it no matter what if they won that round. So.
Well, imagine if he had an AK or an M4 in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, he had them caught off guard. He really did.
Either way, we're going to see a save coming out here from the Selfless side. They've got a lot of utility into this round, so they've actually bought out pretty heavily, expecting a little bit of the money bonus to go their favor into this next round. They've got 3 over by Squeaky, 2 in A main. Pop Flash is going to come out, and now comes the push. So they're going to swarm into the site. Abe's going to be able to open up. Arya mollies one, and it's just a stalwart defense. It gets shattered. Splyce just locked down the A bomb site, 14-11 now. They're 3 rounds away from tying this one up. mounting a little bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, that Molly just shut any signs of that round going well for Selfless. They had 3 people coming through the door, and they didn't have a smoke to stop the Molly that landed in front of the door. So when they came out, they just had to jump through the Molly, and it was an easy cleanup for everyone. They had 2 coming out of A main a little late. But it looks like another save here.
Yeah, I was going to say back onto a pistol round by here. They do invest in head armor on 4 players. They've got smokes, flashes, and a Molotov for Uber. And it's going to be another A-side strategy. This time around, they're going to molly off NBK, the fence over there in the... actually, no, that molly goes to quad, but they're going to push out in front of this. Uber finds the opener. Arya in the sight. Oh, Mitch tries to go for the bomb plant. Not going to be able to get it down because Arya is still over there hounding them from the site. The smokes are all encompassing of this area. They do get the plant. It is no armor for Nifty. He's got the only rifle that was salvaged. Lots of mollies being thrown into
working up highway behind them. Yeah. They have no idea. Oh.
The X Factor, Davey turns, but now Relix is given an op, and he is the secondary here for the Selfless side. Misses the flash. He's got a player directly above him, but that smoke actually helps out tremendously. He's able to get inside of that just in time, and Professor Chaos isn't able to capitalize, and now it's going to be Jason R trying to get aggressive behind this. Careful, Nifty. Don't shoot your teammate. And there you go.
Nifty almost killed him. He really did. That was a big play. That was really big. And it actually, Davey had the awareness to turn around. It's just unfortunate that he missed it. He didn't get the shot, and Relix was able to capitalize on it. And then the smoke that was thrown, who jumped up on the box? I'm not sure, but it allowed Relix to hide in the smoke, and he couldn't get the kill. And it's kind of an unfortunate events that happened there.
Absolutely. So again, Selfless now on match point, limited by for the CT side. Professor Chaos is going to play very close up here with the Mag 7 on the pit side of B. But again, fanning out here on the CT, or on the terrorist side, pardon me. Splyce, they've boosted Mitch up over the top. He's going to be looking for any aggression in middle. Not going to find anything. Actually, Molly's out sandbags, just in case. Davey is over in the Z hallway, but he's going to get smoked off. So he's not really going to have a clear field of vision from this area. Here the vents get broken. Molotov comes down to the bottom side of highway. That's a little bit of a waste of utility. Davey's still trying to find a crack in the smoke, but Mitch going to be able to find Arya on the box in the site, not ready for that push to come out. Abe also gets naded down to Kobe. And now it's going to be, what can Davey do? He does get chipped down to 19, but he's at least holding them off for the time being. But really, again, it's going to be Mitch, the X factor into this round, watching for the aggression to come out towards mid. But all 3 CTs filtering in from the truck side. They've got Nifty down. 3 more to contend with, and now it's going to be on Mitch to make the play. Drops out the nade, throws out the flash. They know that one's coming from here. Davey going to throw his life away as that smoke fades. Now Professor Chaos is going to get caught out in the open, and it's all down to PC. What can he do? 3 HP. He's got an op. Probably not a whole lot. This should be GG right here, and it is. Mainline's going to spam the smoke, takes him down. 16-11 is going to be your final score as Selfless walk away in 2-0 Splyce for the evening.
Yeah, that was just a really good execute. They had 2 guys come from door, which was putting pressure on the guy at forklift. They got an early damage on him. They were able to nade him out. Arya was looking into A main with on top of the box, like you said. He thought he had mid help, but Mitch works out mid. He smokes off Z connector, and as soon as he does that and the fighting's going down in A, he comes out and kills Arya. So 2 free kills into the A site. They were able to take it, and just a really well done round. And then Mitch plays the perfect role there. He goes into full lurk mode. He doesn't do anything else except sit in mid and wait for Splyce that at the point when they have to retake the site, he starts working his way up through the smoke and gets another kill. So really well done by him.
Alrighty, guys, and on that note, that's going to be it for the night for us here at ESCA ESL. For the Pro League division in North America, that will finish things up. So come back tomorrow. We've got a lot more CS to bring you guys, so make sure that you tune in for both the EU and the NA broadcasts that are going to be tomorrow. I want to give a special thanks to Holy Man for filling in tonight, sitting in the caster's chair and doing a fantastic job, guys. So throw him some kudos. Give him a follow on the Twitter at HolymanCS. I'm sure he'll definitely appreciate that, and if he needs any feedback, feel free to throw some over his way and let him know if there's anything he needs to work on. But again, thank you, Holy Man, for stopping in and helping cast tonight, my friend.
Yeah, not a problem, man. It was a lot of fun. Be happy to do it again. And like you said, if you guys have any feedback for me, I'd actually really appreciate it. So I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. Not so much on the play-by-play, but I feel like I can provide some stuff on the color commentary. So you guys just let me know if there's anything I need to work on, and just shoot me a message on Twitter. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, guys. So that's going to do it for tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic evening.